WDAM 7 News.
Well, welcome in, Pine Belt. You're taking a look now at video from the coast this morning. This is in Hancock County, and the snow was definitely coming down. It's covering the ground and the cars, as you can see, and now we're waiting for it to head our way. Well, it's a first alert weather day on this Tuesday morning. Thank you so much for checking in with us at 9 o'clock. I'm Ellie Davis.
And I'm Trey Howard, and we're continuing to track weather across the Pine Belt. First, let's head down to Baton Rouge this morning. Right now, there is a ton of snow, and this is a live look from our sister station, WAFB Storm Tracker, and then it's on the road. You can see the tracks on the highway there where usually people have been driving through, but you can definitely tell, you can see, look at the camera. There's snow hitting the camera right there, so it's definitely coming down there in Baton Rouge. And very, very cool this morning. Rex, good morning to you. We have the big story of the morning, which is snow.
Yeah. Well, we're still not getting as much as we had thought we were going to get, but it still has a possibility. So we're going to the first alert weather days. Today, because of the snow, we could get anywhere from 1 inch to maybe even up to 4 inches. The cold weather tonight, and the cold weather and possible cold weather and isolate tonight, and the cold weather on Wednesday. So let's move on and show you the areas under a winter storm warning. That's all the counties in the pink there. Here's a current look at the radar. It's full, but some of it may not be hitting the ground yet. But as Nick pointed, that's a composite radar. So the bitter cold weather is certainly what we got to deal with today, tonight, tomorrow. Some heavy snow possibly expected later this morning into early this afternoon. Icy roads tonight and during the early morning hours tomorrow. These are the current readings across the area. We're all in the 20s, not anybody above 30 right now. And here's the forecast between 10 o'clock and about 2 p.m. It's supposed to snow, and it could be heavy at times for the Pine Belt. We'll have to wait and see how that works out. Here's your commute forecast. Snow starting to end by 4 o'clock, and the clouds just hang around, maybe start decreasing later this evening, but you get a red light because it's going to be very cold. Guys?
Thanks, Rex. Of course, I know that it is snowing. It's kind of coming in bouts where you have heavier periods and then periods where there's not as much. But even during the lighter portions, if you do happen to step outside, you may notice that there are a few flurries flying nonetheless. Don't forget as well, if you're just joining us here at 9 o'clock for our streaming show here, make sure to send in those photos. I know you're out looking at the snow or enjoying the show, making memories, but if you've got viewer photos, we would love to see them. You got to go to that WDAM weather app so that way you can scroll all the way down on the page and show it. Now, in terms of big picture here, you can see we've got plenty of moisture. In fact, we have snow falling over the Gulf of Mexico here south of the Louisiana coastline. But as we make our way closer to Pine Belt, you can see where a lot of that rich moisture continues here in the area there. All things considered, yes, it's cold. The wind chills are going to make it even colder. You can see we have a stiff northerly breeze that's going to stick around over the course of today, which will make it feel a lot colder than it is. So I know a lot of those temperatures are in the 20s as we speak, but if you happen to step outside and spend time in the snow, it's going to feel like the teens.
All right, Rex, Nick, thank you so much for that, guys. Well, winter weather coverage continues right now with a look at photos and videos from you at home, starting first out in Petal with this perfect little snowflake. Thank you for sending us this video right here and taking a look right now. This is a ton of snow down in Poplarville. You can see the snow there covering the car completely, and it coming down pretty heavily there, covering the yards as well. So here in Picayune, you can see through a ring camera sent in by Zach Malley. Thank you so much for sending this in, Zach. You can see the snow there also covering cars, covering yards. You can see it starting to pile up there in Picayune.
Well, staying in the coast area for you this morning. This is in Wiggins earlier today, so the snow was really coming down. It started gathering on the porch there on your screen. This was sent to us by Cassidy Hodge. So thank you so much for sending these in. We love looking at these. Well, heading out to Greene County now, very light snow starting to fall, as you can see. This was sent out to us by Lonnie Prentice in the Sand Hill area. So once again, thanks so much for sharing all of these with us. We love being able to see how the weather progresses throughout your Tuesday morning.
All right, those are some great videos and great photos for you coming in from you guys there in the Pine Belt. And remember, you can submit your weather photos and videos to us through our WDAM News app and our First Alert Weather app as well. It is the easiest way for us to get all those videos and photos that you send in from this snow day. And as you prepare for that snow to move in, we are going to head out to Midtown Hattiesburg, where our Delaney Dukes is checking in on those conditions out there. Delaney, how are things looking?
Hey guys, I'm live out here in Midtown and it just started picking up just a few minutes ago. I was just telling them it's getting in my eyes. It's blowing so hard. It's pretty cold out here. I just took a peek out on Hardy Street and it is pretty empty, which is good. Which is exactly what everybody was wanting. The authorities, the leaders, officials, everybody was wanting everybody to stay home and enjoy the snow at home. For now, live in Hattiesburg, Delaney Dukes, WDAM 7 on your side.
Yeah, Delaney, we can see that wind whipping. Hope you stay pretty warm out there. Now, heading from Delaney over to Jones County now, we've got our team coverage for you. Our Keandria Malloy is set up out there, bringing you the latest on conditions this morning. Keandria, what can you tell us?
Yeah, over here in Laurel, it's getting a little bit colder in my opinion. The snow has kind of stopped, whereas earlier it was a lot heavier, but now it has just completely stopped. Now, all morning and last night, I saw disaster relief crews from Minnesota, Arizona. They're here in hotel rooms just waiting to be on standby. I've also seen some power crews trucks as well over here in this area. But if you need to go somewhere safe, there are 4 places that you can go here in Jones County. They have a warming station at the Salvation Army, and they also have a shelter over there. They also have a warming shelter at the Christ of Church in Laurel, and then the EOC's safe room is available at 1425 Ellisville Boulevard. But for right now, live in Laurel, Keandria Malloy, WDAM 7 on your side.
All right, thanks a lot, Keandria. You stay bundled up out there as well. Well, back here at the station, the Arctic blast is here, and we are slowly seeing the flurries. Right now, it is probably too cold for you to go out and check the weather, but that is why you have us. Ellie Davis is outside the station right now checking on those conditions. Ellie, how's it looking?
Yeah, Trey, so definitely great to see different POVs from around the area with Keandria and Laurel, Delaney and Hattiesburg. And speaking of different, from the last time I checked in with you guys around 8 o'clock, the snow has started to slow down. Now it's something that the guys have been focusing on this morning is how much snow is coming down, how hard is it going to come when it does. And we said it was going to be, changing throughout the day. And I can attest to that. Now, the only thing that hasn't changed is the temperature. It is still cold out here. Feels a little bit better than it did at 6 o'clock this morning, but maybe that's just because it's starting to get a little bit light out. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be bundled up. So we've got hats, we've got gloves, we've got our coats on. So certainly good reminders for you today. Just stay warm out there and stay off the roads like you heard from Delaney earlier. But for now, I'll send it back inside to Trey. Trey?
All right, from the desk to outside, thank you so much, Ellie. We will confirm whether or not she has teleportation powers. We had that comment on the Facebook Live earlier, so we'll check back in with her. Thank you so much, Ellie. So heading over to Mandeville, Louisiana now, snow can be seen covering a backyard early this morning. Down south in New Orleans in the Big Easy, they're seeing lots of snow as well. This is the rooftop of our sister station at WVUE. You can see the snow steadily coming down there. And taking a look at this video in the New Orleans area, this is on Music Street in Gentilly. The snow looks light, but it is still coming down. Now over to Bush, Louisiana for you. Right now there's a blanket of snowfall covering the ground, covering the trees and the bushes as well. You can see it coming down pretty good there, and doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon out there in Bush. And Baton Rouge is also receiving some heavy snowfall. Well, from Louisiana to Alabama now, let's head over to Mobile this morning. And even though the city is further south than the Pine Belt, these are the current conditions out there as we take a live look from our sister station's feed at WALA. You can see it's coming down pretty good and pretty consistently there in Mobile, and it's not far from I-10 out there. So you can see it's completely covered the ground now, and I'm pretty sure those trees are going to be covered as well. Well, there's a lot of snowfall here around the south here in Louisiana and Mobile. There's a lot of parts of the Pine Belt, around the Pine Belt, from Picayune to Poplarville, that are covering the snow. You guys are sending in these videos as well. We have Nick LaCour, we have Rex Thompson. They've been here all morning covering this winter weather storm coverage and keeping you updated. And let's toss it over to them right now to see what we need to know next.
All right, thank you, Trey. Yeah, happy Tuesday, everybody. Yeah, we got an alert day for today for the snow, tonight for the cold, and Wednesday for the cold as well. And we'll go ahead and show you what's going on. As far as Laurel Ford, not really picking up any snow right now, but we have other locations. You can clearly see the snow flying here at University of Southern Mississippi. It's coming down pretty good there, to be honest with you. And it's 28 degrees there. Now look at William Carey. It's got a good amount of snowfall coming down there now. And it's 28 degrees there. Feels like it's 19. I guarantee you it does feel like it. At Forest Central Hospital, you can see snowflakes falling from the camera right there. And finally, we'll take a look at Express Care in Summerall. I don't really see much snow there at this point. But when you look at, let's see, Pine Belt Honda and Pine Belt Jeep Ram in West Hattiesburg, you can clearly see the snowflakes. They're flying. And look at South Central Regional Medical Center. Don't see much in the way of snow there at this point, but it has snowed already there this morning. And at Circle C Tractor in Waynesboro, you don't really see that much flurry activity right now. And finally, we'll check on Walt Massey Ford in Columbia. And boy, you can see the snow coming down there good right now in Columbia. Matter of fact, it looks like it's gathering on the tops of the cars. All right, we'll take one more look. And this is Jones College in Ellisville, 27. I don't see much in the way of snow there yet. But anyway, an alert day is in effect for today. Again, for the snow, we could expect anywhere from 1 inch to 3 inches, from 2 to 4 inches. The cold and possible frozen precipitation tonight, and the cold and possible frozen precipitation on Wednesday. That's what the alert day is for. All these counties under a winter storm advisory. So that's what we got to keep that in mind. Here's a look at the radar. It's widespread, the snow, heavier in places than it is in others. And here's what we need to look out for. Bitter cold today, tonight, and Wednesday. Heavy snow at times expected today. Icy roads possible tonight and tomorrow morning. And the cold weather is going to hang around. These are the current readings. Everybody below 30. And we don't have a 30 on the map this morning here in the Pine Belt. This is the forecast from 10 o'clock through about 2 p.m. Shows heavy snow falling to light snow at times. And here's your forecast for your commute. I think it'll be coming to an end by 4 o'clock. And we'll be falling to the 20s by 6 p.m. The red light's up because it's going to be so cold. And here's a wider view of the radar satellite combined. It still shows snow coming out of Louisiana into Mississippi. So the 4 P's, pipes, pets, plants, and people. I'm more worried about the pets and the people right now. And again, first alert weather day in effect today, tonight, and Wednesday. And here's the forecast. Snow likely, high 31. Overnight, snow ending, clearing skies, dangerously cold, low around 12. And your forecast for tomorrow is sunny and cold with a high of 42.
All right, thanks, Rex. One of the things that we want to keep in mind with this snow event that is ongoing here in the region, right? Our friends over at the Storm Prediction Center have been periodically issuing various outlooks, and one of the latest outlooks actually includes portions of our area here in South Mississippi. Now, some of what that's going to entail means that we have not only the chances for snow into the kind of mid-afternoon hours, but they are also looking at the continued feed of moisture that's just to our west. So we could see a few more portions of not only more moderate, maybe a few even periods of brief but short-lived heavier snow before it clears on out of here, at least when it should clear on out of here, I should say, this afternoon. So we're going to be watching that very carefully. But here's a live look at the temperatures all above us, and you can see that basically during the course of the morning, we have been blue consistently throughout. That means that we do not have any sort of melting layer. That's why we're seeing snow in the Pine Belt. Not only do we talk about that Gulf low leading up to this event that was propelling all of that moisture in the area, but now that we have the moisture profile here, you notice all of our temperatures temperatures are below freezing, and they will most likely stay below freezing, not only up above, but here at the surface during the course of the day as well. That's why Rex was talking about how a high for today will more likely than not be right around 31 degrees. In terms of those hazard index, right, look, the snow continues to accumulate. If you plan on traveling anywhere within the region or areas closer to the coast, keep in mind that a lot of those roads will be hazardous. There will be ice accumulating, the snow accumulating, and even when the snow concludes, a lot of the snow and the ice in patches will be lingering well into tonight and tomorrow.
All right, Rex, Nick, thank you guys so much for that. Now let's head back out to Jones County this morning. Our Keandra Malloy is out there checking out the conditions as people hunker down in this cold weather. Keandra, good morning to you.
Hey guys, live out here in Midtown in Hattiesburg, and we seem to be getting it in waves. It comes in a lot at a time and then it'll slow down a little bit, but I can say one thing: everybody who has gotten out of their cars or are going into a building, they are running, and I don't blame them. I'm probably going to be doing the same thing here in a little bit. It's really cold out here, but luckily there are lots of warming stations across the Pine Belt. We'll have a complete list of those on our website, WDAM.com, but for now, stay warm everyone in Hattiesburg. Delaney Dukes, WDAM 7 on your side.
No need to adjust your eyes. That was not Keandra. That was Delaney Dukes out in Midtown in Hattiesburg. Now heading out to Jones County for you this morning. We'll go see what Keandra says the condition is looking like out there. Good morning to you, Keandra.
Yeah, here in Laurel, it's still cold. There's no snow, but it's very cold out here. As that cold air continues to come in, more emergency personnel from different states are also coming in to camp out at hotels to be on standby for the winter weather. Now, the city of Laurel and the county started preparing yesterday. The county actually signed an emergency proclamation allowing governmental permission to perform life-saving actions here in the county if it's needed. It also allows the state to bring in extra resources in case they need supplies. But the city of Laurel was also in preparation yesterday, salting areas and making sure that they have lots of staff on standby just for this winter weather. More patrols from LPD are also going to be out today, starting today. When I talked to Chief Tommy Cox yesterday, he says they are also ready. So he wants everyone to be prepared and stay safe. But for now, live in Laurel, Keandra Malloy, WDAM 7 on your side.
Well, here's our first sky cam. We'll look at that right quick. It's Laurel Forward to Laurel. I don't really see any snow on that particular camera, do y'all?
I can see. Is that on the roof?
No, I believe that's. I think that's the color. I'm not sure.
I think the roof is just that color.
I think that's right. But let's move on to another camera. This is University of Southern Mississippi.
You see anything?
I see a little bit.
A few flurries.
A few. We'll check out.
This is where it's
that's the hot spot right there.
Shot all day.
That's been one of the nicest shots we've had all day.
Yeah, we even saw a drop in the visibility when those. There was I hate to say really heavy patch, but we had a heavier patch that we saw earlier.
It was even collecting on the roof.
Yeah, it was collecting on the roof. It brought a drop in the visibility across the horizon. It was definitely a very neat sight, and we're gonna have to watch and see over the course of a few hours with that abundance of moisture coming in from the Gulf. We could see one or two more periods like that where the
absolutely
drops in the visibilities.
Well, let's check out this next location. This is a little difficult. We can certainly see some flurries right there at Forest Hospital, and we'll check Express Care in Summerall.
Not really seeing any here either.
Nah.
They had a lot more earlier. It's been kind of coming in and out, you know.
Definitely snowed just about everywhere you look. And this is Pine Belt Honda and Pine Belt.
I see some flurries.
I think if you look really hard, it was a lot easier to see at William Carey, I think, with the amount of buildings as well.
Yeah, you can
So,
see the red buildings.
One thing
Well,
Rex and I noticed.
there's a couple of flurries right at Pine Belt Honda.
You're just looking out at trees and space out there, so you can't see it as well.
And we'll check out this other location. This is South Central Regional Medical Center in Laurel. Can't really
tell there at South Central.
Yeah, a little bit
but
hard
there
to
was
see.
some earlier, I guarantee. And this is Circle C Tract in Waynesboro.
Yeah, these are my people in Waynesboro. They're waiting on it.
Well, they had some earlier. We
did see
had
it
some on the camera earlier.
That's correct.
So let's check out this one right here.
There we go.
Oh yeah, Columbia's getting it right now.
You know, Rex, I'm glad we tilted the shot just a little bit, so that way now we can pick up a little more of the snow.
Nick said, let's turn it over this way a little bit. Yeah, look at that right there.
Oh yeah, it's a very nice shot. Now it's amazing what a slight change in the direction.
Just a slight change in the camera movement can make a huge difference.
And it's looking like the more east you go, it's crazy. Forest County is not a small area, but you see East Hattiesburg at where William Carey is really coming down. You can't really see much in West Hattiesburg near USM, but just that slight area, it just makes a lot of difference.
But that's the heviest snow I've seen all morning right there.
Where Columbia?
I would say so.
That is a nice shot, Rex, I have to say.
It's whipping. We're looking at the
camera's
monitor.
Yeah, the camera that you all can't see at home that we're looking at over here.
Hey,
there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean, I think it's safe to say that all of the areas are seeing, different amounts of precipitation, but it seems like all the temperatures are fairly similar. Most of the sky cams have getting
they're
like
not
20.
anybody above 30 right now. We're all in the 20s.
I wish we were above 30. That'd be nice.
Yeah, it would help the snow
You
melt
forget
a
that
little bit.
problem.
I'm just holding on until Saturday when it's supposed to warm up.
Well, it will definitely warm up Saturday and Sunday. But look at that snow in Marion County. Wow.
That's really coming down.
It's going sideways too.
It is.
When it comes to a blizzard, right? I know that that's not quite a downright blizzard, but one of the big criteria that the National Weather Service outlines for a blizzard, you need a lot of wind. So even though this isn't quite a full-blown blizzard, it's definitely a winter storm, a snowstorm.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean?
A winter storm.
Gusts up to 21 at Jones College right now. That's pretty high gusts.
It is.
At Columbia, poor Delaney, you can see in her live shot, her hair is just whipping.
Yeah.
I believe earlier, I couldn't see any wind really whipping Keandre, but she was talking and she kind of, it hit her.
Kind of chill a
the
little
wind
bit.
hit her.
I'm curious to see what Keandre says. I noticed she talks about how she's normally cold-natured, but she says, even look, I'm here and it's cold, and I don't blame her. I was having the same thoughts where I love the cold, but after a while, I was like, it really starts to settle in. I know everybody has their own sort of thermometer, their own sorts of preferences. Heck, I'm sure Ellie, you'd probably be willing to be more, withstand a little more colder temperatures better than anybody I know in this studio. Huh?
Well, I'm glad I'm the old one. I don't have to do that.
Rex gets to stay inside.
I'm
the old goat out here, so I don't have to get out of there that much.
Well, we encourage you all not to get out today. Just as
I would
the weather
encourage
comes
no one
through.
to get out unless you have to.
Stay home, curl up in a bed with your dog, your books, your blankets. Just stay warm, stay off the roads. Thank you so much for joining us at 9 o'clock. We'll be sure to check back in with you guys later throughout the day.